So this is a Wikipedia page that I wrote. I've already talked about it a little bit, but I want to just encourage folks, okay, since they've banned me indefinitely because they tried to delete it. Then I said, you know, don't fucking do that. And then they say, don't fucking cuss. We're going to delete it since you cuss now. Well, go fuck yourself. So so you get here, the shooting of Samantha Ramsey. You'll see this. And then you'll want to click on this article's entry on the articles of deletion page, okay? So click on this article's entry, and then when you click on that, it'll take you to the debate of whether or not this article should be deleted. So here's the project page, and then to edit this, you just click on edit, and then you add your words on the bottom. It says delete, so I think you would have to say don't delete, because I got 3 votes to delete and no votes or nothing else to say that it's okay. It takes about 7 days for the whole thing to go through. It says I'm not logged in, because you shouldn't log in. Do not sign in for an account. Do not waste your time. Wikipedia fucking trolls will fuck you over. So, but anybody can just get on here and type whatever. I probably can, and it'll come up with my IP address, and they're like, wait a second, you were banned. So, you know, you don't have to sign in. They'll just know your IP address. You can, you know, talk crazy, or you can just put down, like, you know, good arguments. And good arguments is something that, you know, I think these people are sick. They don't even know her. They don't even know the event, and they're sitting there saying, the very top of it, here's the arguments, okay? So they say, do not let this article go past, because there's no particular notability. She fails. She fails the WPN/CA. So they're using internal code about it, but the internal code is no particular notability. The shooting took place back in April. It don't even matter. If it truly was truly notable, then an article probably would have been created at the time. Because Wikipedia only writes, you know, articles at the time when it's written, and that's it, and that's all that matters. And I'm supposed to take this asshole fucking serious. G.S. Palmer, oh yeah, good man, good guy. I love G.S. Palmer. That's really smart shit, except for it's not. There's no fucking standard whatsoever about if it took place a long time ago and they didn't write it, so therefore, no, it's nothing like that at all. So they're just making shit up. It's a dumb, no particular notability. Really? If it was your daughter, would you give a fuck? It is notable, because cops have been gunning us down and fucking treating it's a police state. But these assholes want to cover the cops' murders up, and they want Samantha dead. So they're putting on, you know, more oppression to make sure she's dead. It says, don't curse at people. Go fuck yourself, you stupid bitches. These motherfucking are avatars. The topics, motherfucker he said so many fucking things. He's going to rape he's going to do all these bad things to people that I fucking care about. And he's anonymous, and he could get away with saying any of this shit. I see the same fucking type of people in these. They're anonymous. You don't know who they are. They come up and they just say, no, delete this. Why? Well, because of this important reason, and I wrote it this way, so clearly I know everything. I had to learn their language. I had to fucking construct this whole thing. It took me 24 hours to write. They were shitting on me. I just wrote like the first paragraph, and they was already telling me to delete it. I was like, God damn, I'm sitting there arguing with them while I'm typing the damn article. So I'm having to, it's like, which one did you want me to focus on? Can I write the article, and then can we argue about it, or y'all want to argue with me before I even have it finished? And then here I went ahead and got it sort of finished, but it can always be improved, and it can always get better. But, you know, they banned me indefinitely because I said a cuss word, you know? Like, what the fuck? I don't feel bad about it. I feel like they're evil. Fuck them bastards. And if it gets deleted, I've already posted it up, you know, on my blog, so it's not a huge loss. But I just feel like it'd be better, you know, as a wiki, as a fucking, what this is supposed to be, where people can get on and fucking make it. If you disagree with the facts that I present, then you change the fact. You put it in the fucking sentences how you fucking think it is. But you want to just say that she's not notable, and then this happened in April, so who gives a fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, the revolution happened in 1776. You know what I mean? Did y'all write an article then? Nah. You write every fucking significant article every time any fucking thing happens, no matter what? Nah. But who cares if they have any logic or make sense? And then another thing about this is once they start an argument, They'll just keep on. Well, no, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. But you're stupid. But you're real stupid. I know how people can be dumb with the most simplest of arguments. The sky is blue. No, it's like a slight bluish green. Okay, good. Why are you arguing? You're just being a dick, aren't you? Are you trying to find the truth? Really, that's the point of having disagreements, right? Trying to find the truth. So this guy, he says, fuck me, right? And then this other guy comes in and is like, well, you cussed, you cussed. So delete, it doesn't satisfy WNAACP. So Clarity Fiend, he's jumping on board. So like a bunch of gang, pedophile, rapists. Wikipedia is not the place for such incidents. And then after he wrote that, I went ahead and wrote like 7 different incidents, which there's probably 7 more about this shit. So he's lying. He's totally fucking... Wikipedia is not the place for such incidents. It is the place for such incidents. It has lots of places for such incidents, but it doesn't matter. Clarity Fiend, who is this? It's nobody. It's just a fucking avatar. This motherfucker made it up, and now they're fucking pretending as if Clarity Fiend is the smartest, best thing. Everybody got to defend him and beat... No, fuck you. Clarity Fiend is fucking nobody. That will go back to nobody. He's just a fucking anonymous, creepy, fucking pedophile, weird fucker that wants Samantha Ramsey to stay dead forever. Doesn't want history books to see that this has happened. So, yes, I wish really lots of bad things happened to Clarity Fiend. I wish lots of bad things happened to him. I hope his daughter gets shot by Tyler Brockman. I hope that happens to all these fucking assholes. I hope that happens to them. Y'all read this article and you're really fucking... No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just wanted to be a dick. Because that's who the fuck you guys are. And that's actually America, isn't it? A bunch of fucking lunatics. A bunch of fucking psychos trying to fuck you over. The only thing that the article needs is that it's worthy of notice. So these pricks who are saying fuck Samantha Ramsey, they're saying this article isn't even worthy of notice. It's not even worthy of their time. They don't give a shit. They're suing for $6.5 million. Really? You don't think that's notable? So my guess is that they'll fucking delete it. They deleted Rodney Smith. They'll probably delete this. But if other people can get on here and type something, I'll type something. I'll just type, stop the madness. And then I will fucking delete all this. Let's see where this goes. So it said it's saved, but we'll see how long that lasts. So, it's there. But, it probably can only last so long. So, let's just keep on talking about, okay, so let's talk about the Boone County. Okay, so that's Wikipedia. Get on there and actually try to help it out so that way the article can stand and people can know what's going on. And then we can, add on to it. If there's new information or if there is anything that, needs to be adjusted, make the adjustments. This is the judge executive. He's been the judge executive for 16 years. And so he sees a cop kill a 19-year-old girl, but he doesn't say anything or do anything about it. That's a shitty person. He's a big, I'm pro-life. I love pro-life. It's all about being pro-life. But he doesn't really give a shit about Samantha Ramsey's life. He's the judge executive. He's the one that controls the police. He controls the budget. He controls it all. The county attorney only gives him advice, and they can bring charges. But he's the executive, so he runs the day-to-day daily affairs of the county, and it all falls under his jurisdiction. He's the face of Boone County. This is Boone County, and he's been in there for 16 years. 16 years. He's a career politician. So you got a career politician, right? Doesn't give a shit, right? Gary Moore doesn't care. I think here's another picture of Gary Moore. Well, it's the same thing, right? So, none of them care. And that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate because it's just unfortunate. It's just fucking sad. Why don't y'all give a damn? Marcia L. Thomas. She's a 2014 candidate for the 54th Judicial Circuit in Boone and Gates counties in Kentucky. She previously ran for election to the same court in 2010. She was running against incumbent Stephen P. Huddleston and candidates Rick A. Brueggeman, Keith A. McMain, and Jeff Smith Thomas lost in the primary election. Marcia Thomas is a fucking asshole. Like, I mean, the Republicans, they're all Republicans. They all care about corporations making money, fucking over the working class, fucking over the poor, and fucking over anybody else. So these judges get to be millionaires. They defend the corporations. They defend the fucking Nazis and the neo-Nazis who wear badges and murder fucking, 19-year-old preschool teachers. And they don't care. So, she's going to be a big-ass Republican. I'm a good person. No, you're not, Marcia. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. And actually, I don't know anything about what she stands for, what she's going to do when she gets into office. We're just supposed to take her word for it. These judges, they don't tell us what they believe in things, how they look at things. We're just supposed to, they're fair and impartial because they said absolutely nothing. So here's a bunch of red shirts. Yay, Republicanism, a bunch of red. I like communism. Maybe the communist red. Is that what they're doing? This seems like a really motley crew of people. It actually kind of makes me like her better, but I think she exploits people. So I think she's just, hey, everybody, pretend, I don't like how she's hanging on to her. But, I mean, okay, she loves a young woman. So, she's also a woman herself. So can you understand that Samantha Ramsey shouldn't be shot dead? Can you understand that? I think it's weird, like how she's holding on to her, like a man holds on to a woman, like, this is mine right here. But you love a woman, and Tyler Brueggeman could be around the corner and it could hit anybody, and if it hits your family, would you do something then? Would you give a shit? And of course you would. So why don't you do anything about Samantha Ramsey? Why don't you do anything about it? So again, here she is with a short little, she might be lesbian, which actually would be okay. She's got the lesbian haircut, but I don't trust her. I don't like anything about her. Every time I look at these pictures and read more about it, okay, so she's raised to believe that hard work and dedication to faith and family are the foundations of life, right? Oh, yeah, hard work. Okay, I'm sure, right? If you ask a rich person how they got rich, well, hard work of other people. So she doesn't mind exploiting children, right? Hey, look, kids, they all like me. No, they probably don't, right? You probably just told them to do that and they just did it. She's educated public school system, graduated high school, 3 years determined to attend college, pursued a college, interrupted for a period of time upon graduation, married a husband of 36 years, first of 4 was born. It's getting confusing. Summa cum laude. She graduated Chase. She remained in Boone County for 25 years. Where was she? I read that she was a prosecutor and she prosecuted thousands. So I don't know actually where that was, but I know that she said it. I know she did, I swear, believe me. It's probably here. Okay, so thanks for visiting. Seems like a lot of the same stuff, but yes, I've read it. I remember reading. Yeah, so she added some stuff on this. Okay, so here we go. Oh, no, not really. She was a special prosecutor, so she was a special prosecutor once. Family and security of the community are top priorities, right? Security of the community, family, like Samantha Ramsey. Is that what you're saying? No, you're not saying that. None of them are saying it. Said that she won the case. I participate with Boone County Sheriff's Department, Teens on Wheels, shows the danger of impaired. So she's big friends with the Sheriff's Department, right? Oh, here we go. Here's more about what she does. Okay, so I'm Marcia Thomas. I'm going to be, the office of Circuit Court Judge on November 4th. The position serves Boone and Gallatin. It's my experience and years of service to the community. It ensures that I'm the best candidate for the. So really, if anybody wants to become powerful, that should disqualify them, right? Wait, you want power to judge over? Well, I'm more qualified and I'm better than everybody. So it's my experience and years of service to the community that ensures I'm the best candidate. I've maintained a private law practice for 19 years. I've been serving the citizens of Boone County as an assistant county attorney for 16. So she's been fucking people over and prosecuting people for 16 years, but she's not going to prosecute Tyler Brueggeman. So who the fuck she's been fucking over? Not murderers and criminals. Who you fucking over? The good people? So is my commitment to the community that drives me. In my private practice, I've handled family law cases, personal injury, real estate, probate, and estate cases. In my position as assistant county attorney, I'm the chief prosecuting attorney in juvenile court. So she's fucking over kids, right? Lead attorney in the enforcement of child support and responsible for the prosecution of traffic misdemeanor and felony cases. I've been serving the citizens the felony cases as murder or felony. Would you consider that? So here we go. I've been serving the citizens of this community in the courtroom on a daily basis, and I've prosecuted thousands of cases in my 16 years on the job. So which citizens are you protecting? Which ones are you prosecuting, and which ones are you protecting? Because it seems like you're labeling them, right? You're protecting your buddies, your friends, your neighbors, your people on your street. People going to vote for you. Your Republican buddies. No Democrats, right? Fuck all the Democrats. And then who's being prosecuted? You're protecting your family and your friends, and you're prosecuting whoever you can prosecute. Whoever's poor enough, whoever's dumb enough to accept y'all's fucking bullshit, who can't fight the fucking system, who don't have time for it. That's who you're fucking over. So I prosecuted thousands of cases. Really? You prosecuted thousands, huh? That's not great. You prosecuting thousands, that's the fucking line, that's a sentence that pisses me off. That does not say that you're a good fucking lawyer. It just says you're an asshole and you fucked over a lot of fucking people. That's all that says. You didn't arbitrate. You didn't try to, make amends or do some sort of diversionary process. You just prosecuted them and fucked them all over, regardless of the truth. Your cops that accuse people murder girls. They murder baby girls. So when a cop says, hey, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, when Tyler Brueggeman gets back on the force in Boone County and then he pulls somebody over for not wearing a seatbelt, well, can we trust him? Can we believe him? Well, he didn't wear a seatbelt. Aren't you the one that killed the girl? Yeah, well, I don't believe you. I don't think you have any say-so for any morality or ethics whatsoever. So that's, was that Linda Thomas? So you have, she's running against Marcia Thomas for circuit court judge. This is $1 million position. Don't give it to Marcia Thomas. The primary fucking voters, the Republicans, didn't even like her. They voted for Richard Brueggeman over her, this asshole. So the fact that she's still going with red and the Republican, this is the primary. You need the other voters, now, unless it's all Republicans. It seems like that, but there's got to be some Democrats in fucking Boone County. And, yeah, you won't do shit about the fucking corrupt fucking police. And I think Rick Brueggeman, there's a better chance that he'll do something about it. So Rick Brueggeman, here's his Facebook page. He's got a daughter, right? So he would understand what it would feel like if a police officer was to do something to his family. And he would do something about it. I would hope that he would file charges. I would hope that he would push for an arrest. He's the judge. And the judge, you control the judicial system. A lot of times, the judge executive, he's the one that controls the day-to-day activities, if he knows. If he's taking the county attorney's advice, then he might not know about it. And then if the judge executive isn't running the county, then it's going to be the county attorney, and it's going to be the judges, and then it'll be the cops. They're all, in cahoots, right? So Rick Brueggeman, I have greater hopes for Rick Brueggeman of being a better man who's honest and who's fair and who believes in the rule of law than what I do with Marcia Thomas. This is Rick Brueggeman here. I'm not a big fan of the mustache, but it works all right. He's got good blue eyes, nice part. It's pleasant features. Little silly looking here with the glasses, and he's like, what's over here? I do remember talking to him briefly. He asked me what part of the government is the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve is neither. It's none of them. It's just a private corporation who's acts as our central bank. So he wants to audit the Fed, which that's a good thing. That's Republicans and Democrats. A lot of the things that far right-wing Ron Paul types believe, fuck the Patriot Act, fuck the wars, fuck police brutality, is also what a lot of Democrats believe. So, there's a lot of issues that's crossing between far right and far left, and that's kind of crazy when major issues are being agreed by the far right and the far left. It means both of the major political parties are totally fucking up. So Brueggeman, he running for, the 54th Judicial Circuit. He won the primary May 20th, 2014, receiving 51.5% of the vote. He competed against Howard L. Tankersley, Edward Drennan, and Marcia L. Thomas. He will face Marcia L. Thomas in the general election on November 4th. So he's already won the fucking, primary, won the majority of the vote, but he had 3 people. So that could have split, Marcia Thomas's vote. I doubt it. I think they really wanted Brueggeman. and I think Brueggeman will get it again. But that's it's not inevitable. So, Marcia Thomas will kind of be the underdog when it comes up to this race, and she's pressing forward, right? Brueggeman lost his bid for election in the 54th Judicial Circuit and defeated by candidate Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is the husband of Linda Talley Smith. They're a husband and wife, and they're both judges. One's a Commonwealth's attorney, and one's a district judge. That's clearly like a conflict of a district judge and a wife who's a Commonwealth attorney. So district judge Jeff Smith goes ahead and says, this person is guilty, and the first thing that you got to appeal to is to the Commonwealth's attorney. So you're going to, after her husband says that, he determined this case to be like this, you're going to say, hey, wife, hey, wifey of the man, can you give me a fair shot? Can you give me a fair deal here? And no, they can't. They did get elected, so I can't really say it's like nepotism or anything, but I do see the, a clear path for corruption to happen. Jeff Smith convicts you, then the Commonwealth attorney is not going to undermine his authority. So Linda Talley Smith will just fucking rubber stamp it. And so really you shouldn't even appeal to the fucking Commonwealth's attorney and just go straight to the Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court. So that's Jeff Smith beat him. He shouldn't have. He only lost by like 100 votes. Rick Brueggeman was really close to winning. I think Rick Brueggeman's the chairman of the Republican Party now. He currently works as an attorney in private practice, and he serves as the chairman of the Boone County Republican Party. So that's a good thing, because that would be the Tea Party types and the Ron Paul types Republicans, because those are the only semi-decent. They have somewhat of, ethics and morals. Regular Republicans, fucking your Mitch McConnells, your goddamn Karl Roves, and your George Bushes, they're fucking pieces of shit. They only give a fuck about their own self-interest, making the corporations lots of money, and doing whatever the fuck they want to do to increase their prestige, power, and wealth. And that's all they care about. They got theirs, and fuck everybody else. And that's, it's capitalistic, but they're also socialistic to the rich, bailing out rich banks and making sure, giving corporations tax giveaways and giving them free natural resources, and the public airwaves is still, owned by corporations. Thomas Massie, he's a Ron Paul type of Republican. He's also sort of a Tea Party-ish. And actually, I started hearing about Ron Paul probably about 20 years ago, coming from folks in Boone County. And so Thomas Massie is right next door. I think the 4th District does cover Boone County, but I feel like he's like in Kitten County or something. I don't feel like he actually lives there. It says he was previously the judge executive of Lewis County for a year, from 2001 to 2012. And he beat the incumbent by a large margin. And then he said he announced his run, most recently occupied by Jeff Davis. So as soon as he became judge executive, he ran for the 4th Congressional District. So basically he dropped the judge executive position, automatically. And I wonder who succeeded him in Lewis County. And Lewis County, I want to say Lewis County has the only statue that's pro-Lincoln or pro-Union soldiers. It's right next to Mason County, Northern Kentucky, northeast. So he's born in West Virginia. He grew up in Vanceburg. He met his future wife, Rhonda. Bachelor's degree, electrical engineering. Master's degrees in mechanical engineering from MIT. Motherfucker's smart. Mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. He knows how to, make things and put things together. 93 at MIT, him and his wife started a successful company called Sensible Devices. Massie was the winner of the 1995 $30,000 Lemelson MIT Student Prize for Inventors. The company was reincorporated as Sensible Technologies. In 96, after partner Bill Allett joined the company, they raised $32 million of venture capital, had 24 different patents, and 70 other employees. Holy shit. Motherfucker, a millionaire? He raised $32 million for venture capital. After Massie sold the company, him and his wife moved back to their hometown in Lewis County. They raised their children on a farm where he built his own off-the-grid timber frame house. I bet he wrote some of this. This just seems too pretty. So here's actually the 4th Congressional District, right? So it covers like about 15 counties, right? It just spans all the way from the northern tip, the major counties, Covington, Newport, big cities, and then even kind of goes down all the way to Louisville. It doesn't hit Louisville. That's Jefferson County right there. So it goes up to Louisville. So all the northern counties, the 4th Congressional District, I think there's only 6 or 8 congressional districts. So that's a little bit about Thomas Massie. Now, the this is so fucked up. I was happy that a Democrat was running against him, right? So maybe we can get some working class voters pro-union. Keep the anti-war stuff, keep the anti-patriot act and the anti-police brutality, keep all that in, stop the fucking prison, that type of shit. But that's not what he's saying. He's basically saying that Massie isn't conservative enough. He needs to be more conservative. There's other things that he's doing, and I'm just so turned off by every fucking thing he's saying. He's running to the, this is a Democrat who's trying to run to the right of a far right-wing Republican. He's already far right-wing. He's a fucking Tea Party Ron Paul. He's got lots of changes. He's actually one of the people that got hemp legalized. So there was a kind of a joint effort with, you know, Comer, who's a local man here, agricultural commissioner, and Rand Paul, Mitch McConnell, and Massie. So these are the people that helped hemp get legalized. So this motherfucker, he's going to try to make, you know, try to go farther right, farther conservative than what a Tea Party Republican already wants to be. No, I feel like you're running into a dead wall. The only place that Boone County, Kenton County, all these northern Kentucky counties can go is Democratic. Y'all need to become progressive and start caring about working class families. Government is not for the fucking corporations. That's fascism. That's FDR. Government is for working class families. And government's a tool. So corporations can get a hold of it, and then they use it to bludgeon the working class people. But working class people can also get a hold of it and start protecting ourselves and get some increased solidarity. There's a lot of alienation, dog-eat-dog capitalism out here. But to be honest, how are we going to make anything better? The solidarity, love, and support, and give a fuck about one another. You know, I've worked my fucking ass off. So this Republican, like, oh, I've worked hard, like you worked hard, and that means you're going to be okay. And no, it's not just about working hard. It's I've been robbed. I've been getting fucking bad advice. People telling me to do stupid shit. Nobody gives me fucking good advice. People just want me to do what's in their best interest, right? So my landlord isn't going to teach me or show me how to get any type of property. He just wants me to keep on paying my rent. And so he gets wealthy and he gets rich, right? So these people, they don't give a fuck. So I need to understand that and move on. Mark Carey, I hear he's a pretty badass fucking lawyer. So he's kind of like a fucking bulldog, right? But that's you know, if you got the money and if he's you know, if it's the right lawyer. So Peter Newberry, I don't even want to read about him. I'm just so, well, maybe. Is he corrupting government? Is re-electing campaigns. Okay, that's interesting. He's talking about financing. And Rand Paul actually just voted and said that Citizens United is good. Money is free speech. We need these rich millionaires giving us all this fucking money. So Massie, he had raised almost $500,000, they said, but Newberry is saying that the corrupting government is re-election campaigns. It costs millions of dollars. All these corporations get in, and it's just special interest. So he actually said something good at the very end there. So I don't know. Massie's a good, strong candidate. Newberry has to win me over a little bit more. He's got to say more progressive things. He's got to be in favor of unions. He's got to be, you know, care about the environment. There's so many things that the Democrats can, you know, that there are available in the Democratic toolbox to, you know, present for the public. Here in Muldrow, I would just think just getting high-speed internet for the city, to the government to get high-speed internet so they can, you know, sell cheap-ass fucking internet to the people. I think that's a great fucking idea. You know, and there's other ideas that we could do that's just like that. So those are the types of things we need. People need services. That's what we're there to do, to provide the services to make sure that they have a, you know, higher quality of life. And so, you know, that's government in a nutshell there. So he says a lot of the things the Tea Party stand for, I believe in. So it's weird. It's just weird. It's just that he's saying when they get into office, they change. And you know what? That's totally true. Rand Paul is sucking Mitch McConnell's dick. Rand Paul is against Matt Bevin, who was way more Tea Party and independent, you know, better than fucking him. Rand Paul's a fucking turncoat. He started out as a libertarian, but he won his election by lying to Kentuckians, by pretending to be like this fucking, I am talk this way and like an asshole and blah, blah. So he tricked Kentucky, put enough money into it, didn't say anything to Kentucky. I'm going to balance the budget. I love the Constitution. Vote for me, Rand Paul. When they asked him about the war on drugs, he said he believed that the federal solution isn't working, meaning that the war on drugs is bullshit and we should legalize marijuana, crack, and everything else. But he didn't say that. He just said that the federal solution isn't working. So he does these like little hints about what he really believes. But once you get into the fucking system, I mean, Mitch McConnell is corruption. He is a dirty fucking dirtbag. Rand Paul is holding his nose by helping him out because he has a problem with being a Republican. But if he helps the biggest, strongest Republican, out in the fucking streets, then people will be like, oh, he's definitely a Republican, right? He's not just libertarian, he's a Republican. He helped fucking Mitch. Well, I think he would have been better off being a principled person, because if you sell out and compromise yourself, that means you're willing to sell out and compromise. If you're a principled, you bullshitted Kentucky, you got in there, you got 6 years. You've been talking about a lot of principled stances. You can keep on doing that. And you have done a lot of good stuff. But this recent thing about the money, he voted in favor of Citizens United. So he's an anarchist. He wants corporations to have all the power to do as the fuck as they please. He doesn't want much government power or whatever, but he doesn't anarchy. So he wants government to be shut down. These Tea Party, there's a quote that they want to shrink government down to where it's so small they could drown it in a bathtub. Which is that's a wonderful little quote there, right? So that's they want to make government so small they can drown it. So there's no government, no roads, no bridges, no schools, no no juries, no judges, which might be actually a good thing. No cops, right? That'd be good. But the the other services, I think we need some of the services. So I think if no government is what people are listening to, then we need to start prioritizing and saying, look, feeding people is important, housing is important, education is important, healthcare. Just prioritize. Here's the things and services we can offer. This is what's going to help people, and then start cutting out the corruption. You want to save some tax dollars, cut out the fucking corruption. So that's Thomas Massie versus Peter Newberry. Newberry is he's okay, but again, I think it's a tight, close race. He's got to say something. He should challenge him to run for a debate. How come none of these assholes are going to debate? Why not? How come all these fucking assholes they trick us, right? They just put their name on it. They hope we're not paying attention, and enough people go out and fucking vote. Get a debate. Debate the other person. Talk about the issues. As a judge, you're not allowed to speak about anything. As a fucking representative for the 4th District, you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want to say. So the judges can say whatever they want to say, but they try to say, well, I'm objective and partisan, or I'm not biased, so therefore I can't make an opinion. Bullshit, you're opinionated motherfuckers, and we all know you are. So, tell us where you stand on the issue so we have an idea of what kind of person we're electing. They want to tell us nothing because nobody asks them anything. The media doesn't ask them, the citizens don't ask them, so they ain't going to say shit. They ain't going to tell nobody anything unless they have to. So the media ain't doing their job. They're not educating. The education's not doing the job and teaching the fucking, the citizens about civics and about these positions, about their role as citizens, about how they should vote. We only got a 25% turnout rate, so they're not winning over the majority of Kentuckians. They're winning over a small minority who happen to be the majority of those who voted. So the judges, I think we should hear more about where they stand. They're going to be a judge for 6 fucking years or 8 fucking years, right? And they're going to be millionaires once they're over. So I think it's 8, nearly a decade. The judges, not these, but there's the Supreme Court case and the Court of Appeals case, and then a circuit court race, a campaign. So with all those judges' races, they can debate, they can tell us what they believe. They can even tell us, even though it's a nonpartisan, they can tell us that they're a Republican or Democrat, which gives us an indication of who they are and how they'll rule on different fucking issues. So there was a big controversy about the guy. He was like, I know it's a nonpartisan race, but I'm allowed to say it. It's freedom of speech. And he's right. He's absolutely fucking right about that. So I think these judges, you can make them talk. If they try to not talk to you, then I think they're secretive fucking bastards who's just going to fuck you over. They're just going to fucking sell you down the river. They're not telling you the damn truth. They're fucking telling their corporate paymasters in California, the Koch brothers, right? These Republicans suck Koch dick. That's what they fucking do. They just love the corporations, big business, big money. Fuck the poor working class labor unions. Fuck those people. Fuck the coal miners. It's actually embarrassing that Mitch McConnell has made Kentuckians feel like he cares about coal miners. If a coal mine could fuck over all the coal miners and fire them all and make as much money as he can, Mitch McConnell's in favor of that. He is against the working class people. He's against coal miners. That's why he doesn't say he's for Kentucky coal miners. He's for Kentucky coal. So he's obfuscating the issue. He's sitting there saying he's for the coal itself, right? Who the fuck hates Kentucky coal? Who's like, man, I hate this coal. It does have sulfur and it does burn dirty, but like to hate the rock, man, I hate them damn rocks. And to like it, he's not saying anything. He loves the coal miner, operators who fuck over the working class people, who fuck over the communities, who fuck over the environment. That's who fucking Mitch McConnell is. And that's who Rand Paul's pretending to fucking be just so he can fucking win a national election. And they're also fucking over Kentucky. 2 Republicans. We got a Democratic fucking administration, so 2 Republicans. How long can we keep this up? How long can we obstruct the fucking United States government, be total assholes to them, totally oppose them on everything that they fucking do, and still get the money that we get? We send $1 to the federal government, and the federal government gives us $1.50. So we actually get more of our fair share. But with these fucking Republicans, Tea Party assholes, how much more of that, I think we're gonna see that shrivel up and die. They're gonna cut us off, and then, fucking poor Appalachians, poor whites in eastern Kentucky and anywhere in the rest of the state they're just gonna die off or have to fucking, live out in the land or something. No fucking food, no housing, no jobs. What the fuck are they supposed to do? There's like a 30% unemployment rate out there. What the fuck are they supposed to do? Massie operates a cattle farm in Garrison. He identifies himself as a constitutional conservative. He believes in intellectual property, thinks it's necessary for incentivizing innovation. Massie has remarked that this is one of the areas in which he does not identify as a libertarian. So he's like, hey, I'm not 100% libertarian. I believe in intellectual property. oh, well, I guess you're not. Here's his webpage. Here's in some rotunda somewhere. Look at all them fucking red shirts. It looks like I want to start out by saying Kentucky, but then I'm like, wait a second. No, maybe it's Washington, D.C. Probably Washington, D.C., right? Because that's where he works. 2014 Food Freedom Fest. So he's talking to farmers, and he's at like a fucking expensive plate dinner. So landowners, farmers, rich people, right? So he's sitting there talking about legislative priorities. The Industrial Hemp Farming Act allow farmers to once again cultivate industrial hemp commercially, as well as my pair of bipartisan milk freedom bills, which make it easier for families to buy wholesome milk directly from farmers by reversing the criminalization of dairy farmers who offer raw milk. So that's really fucking revolutionary. If we started raising our own food, then that would put a lot of these fucking Monsanto and big fucking corporate farms out of business. We started raising our own food, taking care of our own things, purchasing from the farmers, and we've cut out the middleman. So we're getting cheaper stuff, fresh stuff. We're supporting people in the community, and that could be their livelihood, right? That's their job to provide, like, tomatoes and shit. So if that's how they're going to make their living, and it helps the community, it's healthier for them, why wouldn't you do it? So I mean, I think that's like illegal, or like, that people have a problem with it. And I think it's stupid. I think also farms, you can start selling your stuff to the schools, right? You can start selling healthy fucking food to the schools. So that's Thomas Massie, right? He's running against Peter Newberry. That's almost the end of it. I'm going to get into this a little bit. So we got corruption, okay? We got lots of cover-ups, and we got lots of corruption. And I think this actually starts out strong with the next one, but I'll talk about two of them. Kentucky Fried Pensions, A Culture of Cover-Up and Corruption. Kentucky Fried Pensions is my new book that follows my journey as the first public SEC whistleblower as I attempt to use the new Dodd-Frank law to clean up the culture of cover-up and corruption in Kentucky pensions. It explores the national links between corruption and investments via placement agents and corruption and underfunding that plague states like Illinois and Kentucky. It explores the Kentucky employment retirement system, CARES for state workers, the worst funded state plan in the country, worse than any single Illinois plan. The worst funded state plan. So what the fuck is going on with the pensions, Kentucky Fried Pensions, and how others can learn from its current death spiral? So nobody's going to get any money from the pensions for some reason. I guess Kentucky fucking stole it, the legislatures, the politicians. It's fucking corrupt, man. Fucking corrupt fucking state. They say it's actually the one of the most, it's number one. Kentucky's number one for corruption. And we spend all our money on capital projects, building projects, road projects, and prisons and the police. And that's where the money and the corruption is going. So it discusses federal pension bailout, which has been in the news lately for Detroit and Chicago. It also shows a lack of transparency, which allowed the plan to not disclose a major holding in SAC Capital buried in a Blackstone hedge fund of funds. It ties placement agent networks in California, New Mexico, New York, and Rhode Island. So Kentucky Fried Pensions, interesting. He uses the new Dodd-Frank law. He's the first public SEC whistleblower, Securities Exchange Commission. He's using the Dodd-Frank law, which is Chris Dodd and Barney Frank. which I think both are not in the Senate anymore. Here's one story about how there's a corrupt Kentucky sheriff, and there's a lot of police officers that have been convicted by the FBI, by other fucking cops, because they're fucking corrupt fucking pieces of shit. They're either like big drug runners or they're like doing some really heavy shit. And that's what happened with Florence Hodge. So you have Samantha Swindler, who was 27, managing editor of Corbin Times-Tribune. About 3 years when she asked 20-year-old Adam Selfridge to report on a corrupt sheriff, Florence Hodge. And he was trading guns, drugs, favors, and so he was a local college sophomore. His only experience was working on his high school newspaper. Swindler told 60 Minutes Brian Pitts she hired Selfridge because he was smart, knew about the community, cared about local government. Selfridge also had a personal stake in the story. His aunt had overdosed. My first question was, I wonder if she got her drugs from somebody that the sheriff was protecting. Our investigation into the sheriff started with a joke, literally, and that's it. So come back and we'll talk more about politicians.